Hello students, good news for all the bank aspirants. The much awaited notification IBPS PO 2020 is released today on 4th August. Couple of weeks ago, we had IBPS RRB notification. Now IBPS PO 2020 notification in these testing times. Now, this is a very good news for all the students who are preparing for bank exams. Now, we had from day one of this lockdown, we had many queries from student community whether this year we expect any bank notifications. We at time were very confident that notifications are going to be released. You can see IBPS RRB was out, IBPS PO is out today, and other notifications are going to follow. Let us look at the key details given in the notification. We'll look at important dates, registration window, prelim exam dates, main exam dates, and your interview dates. Participating organizations information, tentative number of vacancies announced by these participating organizations, eligibility criteria, age as well as education qualification, exam pattern, exam conducted in two phases, prelim exam, main exam. So we will see exam pattern, how to apply, the procedure for applying, application fees. This is new in this notification. It was already given in your RRB notification also about social distancing and items to carry to the examination hall. Information on cutoffs of last 2-3 years. Let us look at important dates. Online registration window is from 5th August to 26th August, inclusive of both dates. And payment of fees, same dates, 5th August till 26th August. Preliminary exam call letters can be downloaded in the month of October. Prelim exam dates 3rd October, 10th October, 11th October. Exam is planned to be conducted on 3 different days, 3rd, 10th and 11th August. Preliminary examination results will be announced in the month of October/November, maybe October last week or maybe November first week. Main exam call letter download will be in the month of November. Main exam will be conducted on 28th November. Main exam results in December 2020. Call letter for interview can be downloaded in the month of January 2021. Interview will be conducted in the months of January, February 2021 and provisional allotment every year it will be in the month of April 2020. Every year it will be in the month of April. So this year, this time also provisional allotment will be given in the month of April. That is on 1st April 2021. Right, students? These are few important dates. Now, when you compare with your RRB notification, prelim exam dates, main exam dates, only month was mentioned. Dates were not specifically mentioned. The exam dates were not given. But in IBPS PO notification, exam dates 3rd, 10th, 11th October and 20th November is your main exam. Dates were clearly mentioned in the notification. So hardly, if you see from today is 4th August, your exam is on 3rd October, hardly 2 months time left over for your preparation. Now 2 months is 2 months is very good time if you can utilize, if you can spend about 6 to 8 hours per day. I am saying you can crack the exam easily. Now let us look at participating organizations. There are total 11 banks: Bank of Baroda, Bank of India, Bank of Maharashtra, Canara Bank, Central Bank of India, Indian Bank, Indian Overseas Bank, Punjab National Bank, Punjab and Sindh Bank and UCO Bank. These are the participating organizations. Now let us look at and Union Bank of India. Let us look at tentative vacancies given by these particular participating organizations. Now let us take example of the first three. Bank of Baroda, if you can see, total 0. Bank of India, total 734 vacancies, all categories together. Then Bank of Maharashtra, NR. NR is not reported. Let us understand what you mean by 0 and what you mean by not reported. Now 0 means clearly they have not given their requirement in this particular notification, right? You can see Bank of Baroda is one such organization, Bank of Baroda, and second is Central Bank of India, and third one is Indian Overseas Bank. These three banks have reported zero vacancies. Now, there is a possibility that these three banks can conduct their own examination in tie-up with Manipal University. It is called PGDBF. This is a program, right? Post-graduation diploma in banking and finance, right? There's every chance that these three organizations may recruit about 200, 100, 300, 400, 500 through Manipal University tie-up program, right? May not be participating here, yes, because if you see last year Bank of Baroda, Indian Overseas Bank, they had Manipal University tie-up, they had their own examination, very fair chances. Now, whichever organizations have given 734 and 83, 350, right, they are going to recruit those number of students. Now, not reported. For example, you take Bank of Maharashtra, you take Canara Bank, you take Indian Bank, you take Punjab National Bank, you take Union Bank of India. There are total 5 such banks which have not reported their vacancy. That means they were not clear how many students they need. So, definitely in the future, they can approach IBPS, they can say we need people. So, if you can see the total number of posts are 1167, less when compared to last year. But there are very fair chances that this number 1167 is going to increase in the future. It may go by another 400, 500 if all these participating organizations which are not reported, about 5 organizations are there, even though each one said 500, I am saying what you call most optimistic figure 2500 plus, or I am saying each organization minimum 100, it is going to increase by another 500. Now, so not reported, there are very fair chances that they can go ahead and report. The organizations which have given zero requirement can have their own examination in tie-up with Manipal University. So this the 1167 definitely is going to increase at the time of final selection. Maybe in April 2021, these organizations will give their what you called requirement, and definitely that number is going to increase students. Now, one more important point. Most of the students, just comparing this number with last year, so the number of vacancies have come down. Don't worry. Still you are having 1167 vacancies, right? How many jobs you need? This is a question I ask all students. Vacancies कम हो गए, अच्छा होने दो. Still there are around 1167 vacancies. How many jobs you need? You need only one job. Don't look at competition point of view. How many students are writing? I have about 1167. Out of that, I need only one post. I need only one job. That is how you should look at students, right? So don't worry about number of posts. Try to focus on maximizing your score so that you will be there in the merit list. Eligibility criteria. Age limit as on 1st August, minimum 20 years, maximum it should be 30 years as on 1st August. Education qualification as on 26th August, any graduate recognized by Government of India in any discipline is eligible to apply for this particular examination. That means if you are applying as on 26th August, you should have your mark list. You should be a graduate on this date mentioned in the notification. Now, no mention of any percentage. You may be 40%, 50%, 60% or 90% students. You can apply for this particular exam. No minimum percentage requirement. You should have valid mark sheet / degree certificate as on this date applied or as on date of registration. You should keep that point in mind. Let us look at selection process. This is a 3-stage process. Phase 1, preliminary exam. We have objective type questions. Phase 2, main examination. It's an objective plus descriptive. Descriptive is missing here. Objective plus descriptive. This main exam is not for everyone. Only for those who clear preliminary exam. And phase 3 is interview. Phase 1, preliminary exam, objective test. Phase 2, main examination, only for those who have cleared preliminary exam, objective plus descriptive, and phase 3 is interview. This is your prelim exam pattern. We have 3 test areas: English, Quant, Reasoning. English 30 questions, 30 marks. Each section is separately timed, 20 minutes. Quant 35 questions, 35 marks, 20 minutes. Reasoning ability 35 questions, 35 marks, 20 minutes. Total 100 questions, 100 marks, 60 minutes. So 100 questions, 60 minutes. That means you can calculate almost 35 seconds per question. So you should be very fast and you should be accurate. So speed and accuracy are the key to success in this particular preliminary exam. Now, the student has to get minimum cutoff marks in each test area. So, minimum mark, pass mark required in each test area. Students should clear that. Based on that, certain number of students will be called for main examination. Now, let us look at main examination pattern. It is objective as well as descriptive. Reasoning and computer aptitude, 45 questions, 60 marks, 60 minutes. Each section is separately timed. General economy and banking awareness, 40 questions, 40 marks, 35 minutes. English language, 35 questions, 40 marks, 40 minutes. Data analysis and interpretation. So the test area name itself is data analysis and interpretation. So more of DI questions here. 35 questions, 60 marks, 45 minutes. Total 155 questions, 200 marks, 3 hours. The most important point here is variable marking scheme. Each section is separately timed, and second one is variable marking scheme. That means all questions do not carry same mark. Few questions 1 mark, few questions 1.5 mark, and few questions carry 2 marks. Right? And one more point is reasoning and computer aptitude. Earlier, computer aptitude used to be separate section. Now, computer aptitude is clubbed with reasoning from last 4 years, 5 years. This is the pattern. There is no change in the pattern. Reasoning and computer are clubbed together. Out of 45 questions, if you look at last 5 years, IBPS PO, IBPS clerk, SBI PO, SBI clerk. In all these 4 exams, computer is along with your reasoning section. Out of 45 questions, 0 questions from computer. All 45 were from reasoning. But still, in your syllabus, computer aptitude is there. In section name, computer aptitude is there. Do not neglect computer aptitude. Prepare, but not at the beginning, but towards the end. You can expect about 5 questions from computer aptitude. Not given in last 4-5 years, but you can expect questions from computer aptitude, about 5 questions in this section. And all questions don't carry equal marks. Variable marking scheme is there. This is an important thing about your IBPS PO main exam. This is about your objective test. Few important points here. Minimum sectional and minimum overall score required for shortlisting for interview. That means there is section wise cutoff as well as overall cutoff for your main examination. Marks obtained in online main exam will be considered for shortlisting for interview and final merit listing. That means prelim exam marks are only qualifying in nature. Your final selection is based on marks obtained in your main exam plus in your interview. Penalty for wrong answers. Each wrong answer 0.25 marks assigned to that question will be deducted. You have to be very careful. It is not 1/4 0.25 across all questions. 0.25 marks assigned to that question will be deducted. Let us say it's a 1 mark question. So 1/4 mark, that is 0.25 will be deducted. If it's a 2 mark question, what will happen? 1/4 of 2 is 0.5 mark will be deducted. You have to understand this clearly. So it is not 0.25 across all questions. 0.25 marks assigned to that question. 1/4 mark assigned to that question will be deducted. If a question is left blank, there is no negative marking for that. Objective test. Now we can look at descriptive part. Right. Immediately after your objective test of 3 hours, another half an hour, the student has to write descriptive test 25 marks. The qualifying mark in descriptive test is 40%. That means qualifying mark is 10 marks. Immediately after completion of objective test, descriptive test will be administered. We have only 2 question types in descriptive test: letter writing and essay writing. So internal choices will be given about 3 letters or 5 letters. Student has to choose one. Again, essay writing topics will be given. Out of those 5 topics, student has to choose one topic and he has to write the essay writing. Most of the essay writing topics are based on banking, economy, and current issues. Letter writing, you have 2 types: formal letter as well as informal letter. Only 2 question types as of now: letter writing and essay writing. Out of 25 marks, 10 marks will be given for letter writing and 15 marks for your essay writing. Candidates need to qualify in descriptive writing. You have done exceptionally well in your objective test, but you are not qualified in your descriptive test. You will not be called for interview. So students, descriptive test is equally important because students neglect descriptive writing. That's what I'm telling you at the beginning itself. Descriptive test is very important. The marks obtained in the descriptive test are added in your final merit list, right? Descriptive paper of only those candidates who scored qualifying marks in the, so that means all students, all papers will not be evaluated. Only those students who are qualified for the main exam, who are qualified in all the sections as well as overall cutoff, only those students descriptive test marks will be, descriptive papers will be evaluated. Let us look at how to apply. It's a very simple process, self-explanatory, given on your given in the notification, students. Very easy. If you read that, it will be very easy. Let us look at few things which will help you while applying. Candidates have to apply through only the official website www.ibps.in from 5th August to 26th August. No other mode of application will be accepted. Fee has to be paid, and you should have these handy before you start applying, right? As per the dimensions and size mentioned in the notification, you should have your scanned signature, left thumb impression on a newspaper, declaration form. In the declaration form, it is given in the notification that whatever details I am presenting here, as per the best of my knowledge, all those are correct. You have to sign that declaration form and a valid email ID. All future correspondence will be made through this email ID. If you have email ID, well and good. If you don't have an email ID, immediately create. Please make a note of the password. Don't come back and say that we have forgot the password, because all future communication from IBPS will be made on this particular email ID. All these things, scanned photograph, scanned signature, left thumb impression, declaration form, valid email ID, all these things should be in your handy, should have in your hand, should be ready before you start applying. And application process is very simple. Go to www.ibps.in, open on the home page CWPO/empty, then click CW10 notification, then click for registration. It will ask you your basic details. Once you fill those details, then it will generate a registration number and password. Just keep a note, make a note of those two things for future correspondence. From there, everything is self-explanatory. All these things you have to upload, fill in the required details, and fill in the online fees. Then you'll be ready. Your application process will be finished, and you can submit. Before submitting, just check once again all the details are intact, are correct or not, because once you submit, final submission is over, you cannot go back and change that. Please keep this point in mind. Before you go for final submission, preview will be given. Go through each and every detail, maybe year of passing, maybe percentages. Go in very detail and see. Once you're ensure that everything is in place, then go and submit the application. So this is the process of applying. It is very simple. Follow step-by-step process given in the notification and on the website, students. Application fee payable from 5th August to 26th August, 175 for SC, ST and PWBD candidates. Remaining all others, it is 850 rupees. This is something which you need to focus here. Social distancing mode, conduct of exam related instructions. Because of this pandemic situation, there were certain measures taken by IBPS and other organizations which are conducting your online exams. Let us look at those important points. Different reporting time will be printed for a set of candidates. Candidate must report much before the reporting time to avoid overcrowding. Now each candidate will have a different reporting time. You need to report at least some 15-20 minutes before the reporting time given in your hall ticket, right, to avoid that overcrowding. So these kind of precautions are taken. So different set of reporting times will be given. You have to report at least 15-20 minutes or at least half an hour before that reporting time. Candidates to report the exam venue strictly as per the time slot mentioned. Now this is very important, should adhere to this time slot only, as entry into the examination venue will be provided based on individual time slot only. You have to be very careful. So these are extraordinary times. See, there won't be any excuses I bus is late, our traffic jam. No. Whatever time is given, based on your time slot, you will be allowed inside. Please keep that point in mind. Reach half an hour before your reporting time. And one important point, roll number, lab number will not be displayed outside the examination venue. Generally, when we go to the examination venue, if you have taken the examination, maybe last year or before this, you might have seen that a complete detail, your roll number, this number to this number, lab number so and so, which floor, which building. No, nothing of that sort will be displayed. Student has to go to the security guard, show your hall ticket number. Based on your hall ticket number, the security guard will tell you the building name, floor number, lab number. Please don't listen and remember. You think that okay, I'll remember. Once you go inside, you cannot come back, right? So once the person is telling you building name, lab number, floor number, kindly take your pencil right behind the hall ticket number so that you will not forget, right? So it will be given, it will not be displayed, it will be given at the entry point. Please make a note behind your hall ticket. Items permitted for the candidates. You have to carry your own masks, gloves, transparent water bottle. You cannot share water there, right? Because of this extraordinary situation. Personal hand sanitizer. So just purchase one small Lifebuoy, anything, any brand, a small hand sanitizer, pocket sanitizer. You carry your pen and exam related documents, your admit card, ID card original, photocopy of the ID card. All those you should have tagged together and you have to submit in the examination hall. You have to download and install Arogya Setu app. This is one thing which is important. If you have a smartphone, you have to install Arogya Setu app. Small questionnaire will be there. You have to fill that. Then Arogya Setu app is ready. In case if you are if you don't have any, so if you are not having any smartphone, there is a separate declaration form to be provided instead of this Arogya Setu app. It is given in your notification in Annexure 4. You have to fill that application, you have to fill that particular declaration form and you have to take with you. If you are having a scribe, you should have Arogya Setu app and your scribe should also have Arogya Setu app. In case if you are not carrying a smartphone, then there is a declaration form given. You have to fill that and you have to carry with you. Otherwise, you will not be allowed inside the examination hall. Let us look at cutoffs of last few years. Now, 2019, 18 and 17 IBPS PO prelim cutoffs. Now you can see here students, section wise cutoff and overall cutoff. These are section wise cutoffs. IBPS PO 19. The first one is general category, reasoning 10.25, another category 6.5, English 10.5, another 6.5, quant 8.75, another 5.25. You add this, so 10.25, 8.75, how much? 19 plus 10.5, 29.5. What is overall cutoff? 59.75. So out of 100, right? 2018, 56.75. 2017, 42.75. Again, students, cutoff will depend on the difficulty level of the paper, number of test takers. There are many other factors, right? These are only tentative numbers. Don't keep this mind. Don't keep these numbers in mind and prepare. You try to maximize your score. Let us look at main exam cutoffs. Now 2019, so SC, ST, OBC, and these are physically challenged categories. Out of 200, general category you see 71.25. 2018 74.5, 2017 82. You can see from 17 to 19 the overall cutoff is coming down. The overall cutoff is coming down because the paper difficulty level is increasing, main exam paper. So general category as well as reserve category cutoffs are given here, right students? Now let us look at the online classes provided by time. We are giving you 200 plus hours covering both prelim exam as well as your main exam. Prelim exam syllabus we will cover first, followed by main exam, because we have only hardly 58 or 60 days left, 2 months left for your exam. First you need to prepare for your prelim exam. So prelim exam portion we will cover, then followed by main exam. Generally, what's the difference? Main exam will be of higher difficulty level compared to preliminary examination. Now students, so first we will cover prelim exam preparation syllabus, then we will cover your main exam syllabus. You will get 190 sectional test, 130 mock tests, on the pattern of IBPS PO, IBPS clerk, SBA PO, SBA clerk, RRB PO, RRB clerk, and e-book of current affairs magazine provided by time, and 11 e-booklets covering all areas of the exam. Each e-book will have multiple e-chapters. Now, if you can compare your prelim exam and main exam, English, quant and reasoning is common for both prelim and main. Main exam will have difficult questions, higher level of difficulty compared to prelim exam. Two other areas. One is computer clubbed with your reasoning, and other is GK. GK and computer, you need to, maybe computer not asked in the last 5 years, we can push it towards the end, but GK at least you need to start along with your prelim preparation. Because if you look at your prelim exam window, last date of a prelim exam, main exam, hardly 15 days, 20 days time left over, not sufficient to prepare for your GK. GK you should start right now for your GK preparation along with your prelim exam preparation, right students? So hope this notification, the details provided in this session will be helpful to you. And about IBPS PO preparation strategy, we will have one more session maybe in the next couple of days. Thank you students and wish you all the best.